A developing story tonight that has outraged the local deaf and hard of hearing community. The South African government is now investigating reports of a phony interpreter at Nelson Mandela's memorial service. The Deaf Federation of South Africa has confirmed the man was not a real translator. Caroline Tucker has reaction from the local deaf community.
President Obama gave a moving eulogy for Nelson Mandela.
He makes me want to be a better man.
But the tribute was lost in translation to the deaf community. The interpreter on stage is now called a complete phony.
He wasn't doing any signing whatsoever. He wasn't doing any international sign, any sign that would be used on an international stage. There was no expression. There was nothing that even remotely looked like a signed language.
Werner Zorn, a lecturer at RIT's National Technical Institute for the Deaf, grew up in South Africa. He spoke with us through his own trusted interpreter.
They destroyed what I know as my own sign language there. And it was nothing like what we do and what we sign in South Africa. I mean, it was so disrespectful.
Zorn says when he left in 1995, there was no certification process, but there were numerous deaf organizations. There are about 160 students learning how to become interpreters at NTID. It's the largest program in the nation. Many here are shocked.
They didn't have the equal access that they deserve to have.
Kim Kurz chairs that program and says repeated movements and the lack of facial expressions were clear signs.
For a deaf community whose primary mode of communication is sign language, for us to be able to see an imposter on a world stage like that, it's completely unethical. It's absolutely disheartening, disappointing. It's truly offensive.
The hope is that this doesn't become a joke, but an education.
I think this is a lesson to be learned for all individuals to make sure that any interpreter placed in such a setting has the proper credentials, has had a proper background check, and essentially has the approval of the deaf community.
In Henrietta, Caroline Tucker, News.